Okay, so I'm back. Yes, it's me again, of course, aka Corey Peyton, aka Nova Luxurious, aka Carter from Judy's. Yes, all that. I'm back because I actually do want to talk about it because I was reading another guy made a comment and he left a link on his of his page, or I guess on my comments down here, and he was talking about some things about how basically like men are victims and all this, and I just have to say this, like, sweethearts, honey pots, lollipops, cupcakes, dewdrops, girl, like, this is a male dominated world. Okay, we live in a patriarchy. Just America alone, this is a male dominated country, girl. Like, it really is. Like, yeah, there are some powerful women, and throughout time there have been powerful women and influential women, but at the end of the day, when it's all sliced down, girl, men rule this shit. That's why we have a rape culture here. That's why we have a lot of different systems in place. Like the fact that affirmative action has to be put in place so that there can be more diversity, i.e. women. It actually benefits white women more than anything, but i.e. women, i.e. this, lets you know that, honey, this is a world dominated technically, I mean, by men, more specifically white men. But at the end of the day, men, like, if you take race out of it, men have privilege in this world, in this Western world, and even not even just the Western world, girl, all over the world, honey. Men dominate. Like, men, it's a patriarchal world, girl, and we're trying to fight against that. Like, I know some guys might feel like I'm a traitor to my gender for saying this shit. That's fine. You can believe that. You can feel that way. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if when you have a daughter, you would want her to grow up in a world that treats her, that judges her based on her mind and her merits and her morals, rather than her body and the fact that she's in her vagina, and whether or not it's been used more than once. So, you would want that for your daughter. At least I would hope so, but apparently not. A lot of you niggas, you say you do, but you don't. At the end of the day, girl, this is a male-dominated world. Yeah, there are instances where men, have, where, let's examples, where a woman may have cried rape, and a man was blamed for something he didn't do, because she was a woman, she was able to kind of sway the public opinion or whatever. There have been those instances. Yes, I'm not denying that. That's not a lie. That's a fair thing. But to say that men are just overall suffering at the hands of this whole, like, we're just victims of this. No, we're not. Like, no. As a whole, no. Men, like I said, this is a male-dominated world. This is a male-dominated society. All of that, take it or leave it, like it or not, it is what the fuck it is, girl. And my point in my first video was that, we're doing young men a disservice by raising them up this way, because at the end of the day, I see a lot of guys, black, white, whatever, they have a skewed mindset when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, and just how they view women as a whole. Like, there's a lot of niggas out here running around like just totally disrespectful to women, yet they're, but have mothers. Like, that kills me. Like, you and your mother are best friends, but you out here beating and dogging out women like they ain't shit, but you claim you love your mama. Not really. If you did, you wouldn't treat the next woman like that. You wouldn't treat somebody's daughter, mother, whatever, like that. You wouldn't do that. So, there is definitely a skewed mindset. And like I said, we do our young men a disservice by teaching them, certain values, like, just this whole mindset that, being an emotional being is weak. It's not weak. Like, it's just not. Like, being able to express your emotions, it takes a lot of strength, actually. And the fact that a lot of you niggas can't and are just emotionally paralyzed, it's hurting you. Okay, girl, like, you think you being strong, but really you're not. You're a punk. So deal with it, girl. It's it takes strength to be vulnerable, in front of people, especially to show your vulnerability. It takes an amount of strength. Okay. um just this whole mindset that you can go around and you can have, you're celebrated for dipping your dick in every chick that you meet, and stuff like that. Like this whole mindset that there is like this entitlement that a lot of men have to women's bodies, and that's not right. Like just because this young lady might have on a skimpy little outfit, that means that she's ripe for the taking. Well, girl, if she told you she's not trying to have sex with you, you should have just took it as that and left it alone. And see, you didn't do that because you have in your mind, you've been told that, well, girls like that are easy, and they ask for it, and they were tempting me. They're the ones who made me lose my sense of control over my body and force my body on their body. Like, that's not, no. Just like I had to deal with this faggot, excuse my French, girl, trying to tell me how I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, that's real fucked up. I'm gonna call that man a faggot, but that's what he was acting like. Yes, straight men can be faggots, girl. Faggot ain't just, for me, faggot is a wimpy ass, just wimp. And like, girl, can't. But anyway, he was getting all defensive. But like I was trying to tell him, honey, like, this is not this is not a new conversation, girl. This is the conversation that's been had for decades, girl. For pretty much like 2 or 3 centuries, girl. So, yeah, like, this is the thing, and, you have to check your privilege, girl. As a man, I have to check my privilege, girl. Like I said, as a male, before people know that I am gay, like, if I don't open my mouth to say anything, because, I feel like as soon as I start talking, you just know. But, if I don't open my mouth to say anything, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just in a room full of men, I'm, like I said, I'm privy to a lot of just off-the-wall as mindsets, male ego mindsets, like just how a lot of these niggas think. And it's like, y'all motherfuckers are fucked in the head, girl. Like, y'all really think that this shit is just legit. Like, you think that this is okay, and it's not. And I just feel sad for you. Like I said, we do young men a disservice by raising them up that way, and then we wonder, like, these parents and stuff. I'm not saying it's all the parents' fault, but like, girl, I mean, yeah, these parents wonder, like, when they son grow up and then rape and just out here raping bitches and just doing girls any kind of way, then we wonder how that happened. It's because, girl, we raised these men up to be like emotionless, compassionless. Like, they don't have any compassion when it comes to women, as far as they're concerned. Unless it's their daughter or their mother or their, wife. And a lot of niggas don't even respect their wives. So, like, yeah. Like, it's a thing. And, telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, girl, I might not. But, like I said, this is not an age-old concept. I mean, this is not a new age concept. This is something that's old, girl. This conversation has been had plenty of times before me. And will be had, if we continue on this path, will be had after me, girl. Like, it's just, we have to fight that fight, girl. Like, we have to challenge that mindset. And a lot of you men don't want to do that because you're too happy to do it. And you men of color really need to get it the fuck together, especially black men, girl. Because it's like, you want these women to stand behind you and rally for you when you're being victimized of being black. But where were you? Where are you to fight for your fellow woman? I'm saying, like, men need to do that, especially men of color, especially men of color, especially you bitches. Y'all need to fight for these black women, honey. These women of color, these Latin women, these Asian women. You need to fight for your women, honey, because they're out here being treated like anything and done like anything, and it's not okay. It's not. The fact that, what was the young girl, I forgot her name, but in college, she was raped in college, and so for like pretty much her whole like junior or senior year, she walked around campus with her mattress because she went to administration about it, and they just kind of like brushed it off like, oh well girl, whatever, you know. Like, you were probably drunk and you were probably wearing some skimpy outfit and you deserved it. Like, no, I was raped. Like, girl, like, I was violated. And the fact that you guys are playing it down, okay girl, I'm gonna walk around here and remind you girls by walking around here with this mattress on my back, girl, because apparently that's pretty much that's pretty much how you feel about it. You know, you don't give a fuck. So, you know, the fact that women have to do shit like that, the fact that, and a lot of you motherfuckers like need to really like put your daughters up on game, not blame them and shame them and all that, but let them know like, okay girl, you're a female and you are just as equal as, these men walking around here, but just let them know like, girl, because you are a female, people are gonna think you're weaker, lesser, or whatever. And put them up on game on sex. Like, it's okay. Girls should be allowed to enjoy sex just as much as men. Sex is wonderful, girl. It feels good. It's great. When you're doing it with somebody you really care about, it's that much better. But if you're doing it just to get off, that's great too, girl. You have every right to do that. It's your body. It's your puss. Please it. Okay? Please it. If you feel like your puss needs tend to the puss, girl. Like, I feel like that's like, why should men be able to stroke and jack off and enjoy sex, but women have to be these demure, castrated ass bitches? Like, no, girl, do what the fuck. Like, no, that's a horrible act. Like, just like you wouldn't want, just like I was telling my coworkers, like, when they was about the young lady who wouldn't let her son just have this random ass bitch over his house. Like, yeah, girl, no. Like, just like you wouldn't want, if you feel like your daughter can't do that, then your son should be able to do that, girl. Like, if you want your son to have all this sex, your daughter should be able to enjoy it. But you should school your children to talk to them about sex and the joys and the pitfalls of it. Like, girl, if you're going to have sex, you got to be responsible. And you can't give it out to any and everybody. You got to be responsible about who you're giving it out to. And I say this to men, too. Especially to my gay man, girl. Like, some of y'all just pass y'all bodies around like dirty napkins. And I just don't do it. I don't see it. I don't understand it. I mean, it's not my ministry. I mean, girl, if you just feel like, well, whatever, I'm just going to do me, and that's how you feel like, and you just free like that, then girl, that's you. But understand that there are occupational hazards, i.e. STDs, i.e. HIV and AIDS, to that life. But girl, if you're gonna have sex, there's nothing wrong with having sex, nothing wrong with enjoying it. Just be safe and be smart about it, and not feel like, as parents, if you don't teach your daughters about that, you're doing them a disservice. Just like you're doing your sons a disservice by running around here, letting them just dip and dive they dick in any and everything. Without, because you're creating a mindset to these young men that they can just, women are just playthings, and you can, that's what they're there for. They're there for my personal enjoyment. No. Like, just no. No, it's not just for you. It's not all about you, man. So, yes, girl, I'm very passionate about that. And I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I read too many books, too many articles, too many magazines to not. Too many think pieces, all of that. I read, I watch everything, girl. I know what I'm talking about, sweetheart. You're just mad because I called, because you feel someone. Like I said, I don't even know why I gave that girl too much just now. Because, like I said, honey, her whole banner had a girl spread eagle with her puss all out in the air. So, like I said, like, girl, I already know what time it is with you, girl. You just want to be you just want to be a dog ass nigga, and you don't want to be called out for being a dog ass nigga. And I wasn't even really calling your bitch ass out, but I was just simply making the point that, as parents, it's just citizens of this world, you do, like I said, you do our sons and daughters, nieces and nephews, you just do a disservice by, creating these mindsets, perpetuating these mindsets and these stereotypes, that these gender roles that are just, no, like, we need to change the formula, girl, and how we school, it just needs to be a level playing field all around. So, that's just what I feel. But anyway, that was my take on it. I'm gonna go now. I'm done. I had to get that out my system, girl. But y'all be easy. Enjoy this Sunday, girl. I could go for some herbal refreshment right now, if you know what I mean, honey.